Hello everyone, I am BowserJrXD and welcome to the Iowa 55 at Iowa Speedway, race 10 of 14 for the Indy NXT series in 2024. This was originally called the Iowa 100, but we've had several problems going into it today that have forced the original scheduled distance to get shortened. So this week it was shortened to the Iowa 75, which that was the length the last 2 runnings, though is 100 laps 100 laps pre-pandemic. Then they went for practice because of the original test didn't happen because of rain, and the tires that they ended up bringing, because they didn't change the compound due to no testing, were blistering like mad. So they had to come up with a new solution, otherwise the tires would not make the race. So the race was shortened into 55 miles, and they added a 10-lap comp caution about 20% of the way through. Yeah, it's not a pretty situation. 18 cars are here. We're minus, with a couple of new news. Niels Colin is back. I didn't get to do a Mid-Ohio stream, but because yeah, I didn't have a Mid-Ohio stream because I was at did I have a Laguna Seca stream? I can remember the last time I did a stream for Indy NXT, but maybe I did Laguna Seca. No, I did do Laguna Seca, or did partway through one of the races. But anyway, no, it was during the New Hampshire race, I think.
It's time to go racing from the heartland. Would you like to see
so some of the changes I can recall from Laguna Seca through Mid-Ohio through to today in Iowa. No Junko's Hollinger car. Lindsey Brewer was let go, basically fired after Laguna Seca. So, and they don't have the 75 car either, so no Junko's Hollinger cars in the field. Niels Colin said he would not be racing or after Laguna Seca. Jagger Jones was in the 33 instead, but now apparently Colin will be back for the rest of the season. And the 11 car of Nolan Aller has dropped off the field as well.
Speedway, it's James Hinchcliffe.
So no Charlie Kimball. We got as the driver on the list. This time it's Hinchcliffe.
First time ever. What is that like? Look, it's going to be a learning process for a lot of these drivers, but in a lot of ways, it's a learning process for everybody because Iowa is.
I noticed they got all their notes in the back of their booth.
Has really thrown things for a loop. So even if you've got
5 tracks remain, including today. 4 of them are ovals.
Window when it does kick off. What's a very oval-heavy schedule coming up. You've got Portland as the only road
course. That's what I love. I love me some oval racing.
Super Speedway.
This is the last Indy NXT race before the Olympic break.
Contenders. It's brand new for Kyle Collette. Well, it's going to be, again, a lot to learn for the young Brazilian. But, look, this is a great team. He can rely on some of his teammates, certainly. And it's going to be a learning process throughout the day. It's about getting comfortable, but mainly it's about damage limitation. It's not about trying to go for the win necessarily. It's about being there at the end for anyone that's doing this for the first time. Well, you mentioned a new page, so that has brought about some format changes.
Yeah, because of NASCAR repaving.
In the name of safety, and simply because Firestone didn't have a chance to make a change. The test was rained out, so there's going to be a competition caution after 15 laps. We'll see what the plan is for today to make sure everything works. So we'll continue to discuss that as we move forward throughout the day. Meanwhile, let's head down to the grid for more information. We check in with DJ Clark.
Good afternoon, Kevin. Good afternoon, James. It is a hot and sweltering day here in Iowa, but there is one driver who is ready to bear with the heat. That is James Rowe. James, you're starting in your first ever pole position here in Iowa. What's it going to take to convert this pole into a victory today?
Yeah, no, it's fantastic to start on the front here in our number 29.
I think it's Rowe's third year.
For us to be managing tires and seeing what we have. There was some blistering over the course of the last few sessions, so we think we have a handle on it, but yeah, we just got to see what we got here in about an hour's time.
Well, and with as much tire degradation as we have seen, how much do you think we're going to see a second line start to develop here, or is this going to be a one-line race?
Right now, it's like a one-line race, but you never know. Things change, and as stuff starts to deg and whatnot, things can open up. So, yeah, we got a fast race going. We're just going to do our thing and, yeah, have some fun.
All right, well, we wish him all the best in that. He'll roll off first. And you know what, guys? I've had a chance to talk to a couple of members of the team, particularly the Able Motorsports camp. They think this is going to be an all-out street fight. Everybody's going to be pushing. There's not going to be a lot of tire saving. Everybody's going for it.
At least last year. Kyle Collette was one of the fastest in practice. It might have been the fastest.
That was just
but he qualified outside the top 10. He has work to do.
And here's how the championship looks at this point. Louis Foster has taken control. Kyle Collette with his first win last week at Mid-Ohio stays very much in the mix. Jacob Abel is there too. Seems to be a three-driver race at this point.
Yeah, I mean, 166 back to hedge there in P4. That's pretty insurmountable.
Another one who started farther back than I would have thought is Miles Rowe. He's back in, so Collette's in 12. Rowe is Miles Rowe in 13.
Set the scene for either a tight championship fight coming up, or Louis Foster from where he's starting could open up a lead that might be too tough to tackle for some of these drivers.
And definitely a new dynamic with the new pavement that has thrown everyone for a little bit of a loop coming up this week. And so who managed that the best? Who takes the best care of the Firestones? All right, drivers are strapped in. We're about ready to go.
All right, let's fire them up.
Racing here at Iowa Speedway. Let's go trackside to fire the engines.
Race fans, it's time to start the engines for the Indy NXT by Firestone here at Iowa Speedway. Here's your Grand Marshal for today's race, guest of Firestone, Jeremy Harrington, to give the command.
Drivers, start your engines.
Pretty weak command. Anyway, 18 cars ready to give it their all. Or 18 drivers ready to give it their all. Starting 18th, driving the number 55, Bradford Allen car for Able Motorsports, the number 55. 28 years old from Shelby Township, Michigan. Making her first Indy NXT start, Taylor Ferns, the oldest driver in the field as well. And fittingly, starting 17th, driving the number 14 Open Context car for HMD Motorsports. 18 years old from Portland, Oregon, Josh Pearson, the youngest driver in the field, and 13th in points. Starting 16th, driving the number 33 Super B car for HMD Motorsports. 23 years old from Vorden, Netherlands, Niels Cohen, 19th in points. Starting 15th, driving the number 40 Haven Go by Sam car for Miller Vinatieri Motorsports. 21 years old from Indianapolis, Indiana, Jack William Miller, 16th in points. Starting 14th, driving the number 22 ST Motorsports LLC car for Able Motorsports. 21 years old from Oconomowoc, Wisconsin, Euvan Sundermorthy, 14th in points. Starting 13th, driving the number 99 USF Pro Championships car for HMD Motorsports with Force Indy. 24 years old from Powder Springs, Georgia, Miles Rowe, 7th in points. Starting 12th, driving the number 18 Combi Trans Amazonia HMD car, Combi Trans Amazonia car for HMD Motorsports. 22 years old from Sao Paulo, Brazil, Kyle Collette, 3rd in points. And starting 11th, driving the number 23 Hover Energy car for HMD Motorsports. 24 years old from Dublin, Ireland, Jonathan Brown, 10th in points. Starting 10th, now we're in the top 10. Starting 10th, driving the number 2 Grupo Indy car for Andretti Cape. 24 years old from Guadalajara, Mexico, Salvador Diallo Jr., 8th in points. Starting 9th, driving the number 27 Jaguar Land Rover Chesterfield car for Andretti Global. 20 years old from Winnetka, Illinois, Bryce Aaron, 15th in points. Starting 9th, 8th, driving the number 10, the Ticket Clinic car for HMD Motorsports. 19 years old from Miami, Florida, Reese Gold, 5th in points. And starting 7th, driving the number 51, Able Construction car. Oh, I gotta hurry, so I'm gonna be a lot quicker with this. Okay, Jacob Abel in 7th. 6th is Christian Brooks. 5th, Callum Hedge. 4th is Christian Bogle. 3rd is Jamie Chadwick. 2nd is Louis Foster. And on pole for the first time is James Rowe Jr. It'll be 55 laps on this on the .894 mile racetrack, as that is how IndyCar measures it. Here we go. We're green at Iowa.
Speedway, and they will wave this
waved it
off.
off.
Disjointed, and we've got someone off the pace.
Miles Rowe
to the start-finish line, and it's Miles Rowe, who has had horrible luck in recent races. 3 of the last 4 has not had a result. 19th did have a 6th at Laguna Seca in the first half of the doubleheader. 17th and 19th.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's had a really crappy last 4 races or so.
Seems to be up to pace now. The lap count has started. Miles Rowe going to tack on to the back of the grid there. We'll try
all right,
again.
let's try it again.
So this will be lap 2 as we go from
Here we go again.
Speedway.
Now again, we're green in Iowa.
Has the preferred start. The
James Rowe to the point, leads over teammate Louis Foster. Behind, it's a battle for third between Jamie Chadwick and Christian Bogle, with Christian Brooks right behind.
That second lane certainly working. Third lane as well. You see the number 7 there.
Chadwick keeping it down on the inside as she continues the battle. Oh, there's a little contact there. She gives up third.
Bogle gets it done, up to third. Chadwick.
Not a great start from number 28. Christian Brooks trying to make way on the high side.
She
holds on to the position though, but Brooks leaving a look on the bottom. And up to 6th place now is Salvador de Alba Jr. He's got plenty of oval experience due to his NASCAR Mexico running.
Look at this back and forth.
Being a 2-time champion of the series. Rowe is holding on to the lead by about 3 car lengths. De Alba Jr. up to 5th.
And keep in mind that
Kyle Collette, he's up to 10th now. Rowe back up to 15th.
It's an impound race, meaning some would sacrifice speed to qualify.
Trying to work through the field as fast as he can. He's by Jack William Miller and by Ewan Sundermorthy.
So you may see some comers and some goers. Down to DJ.
Yeah, just had a chance to talk to the Force A and the NHMD
Christian
camp.
Bogle set one of the fastest laps in practice. He's up to 3rd.
So that's what it was. It was actually a spin on the start. We saw a few cars out of position. Luckily, no damage. It looks like
James Rowe leading by half a second.
Of Miles Rowe.
Looks like Christian Bogle is chasing down a Louis Foster. He's this guy who's 11th in points. Has never won a race despite having the most experience. Here he is trying to knock on the door of a win. Kyle Collette getting a little antsy behind the number 27 of Bryce Aaron, the lowest starting in the Andretti cars. Bogle still looking for a move on Foster.
Christian Bogle with his best start ever.
Gonna blow those tires off in a minute. 5 back.
Interesting
That
point.
might have been to Louis Foster's radio.
Look, we talked about this as we take a little bit of a look back at
If you charge quickly,
like
Jack William Miller got into the back of Miles Rowe and spun him.
In the 40.
Miles, he's now up to 12th.
But we talked about tire temps, guys. This is one of the things.
But a very good point that they made. And one of the biggest fears for this race was the tire blistering. I have no idea how long this tire's going to last. We're already 8 laps through.
Make sure they can do the distance. So from behind the wheel, as a driver right now, yes, I know you want to make moves, you want to get things done, but at the same
by
time,
Aaron.
this is only
And here's
the first
Miles Rowe,
15
and
laps.
as
You gotta
Reese
be
Gold
there
has
and
been
have
going
tires on your
backwards
car
since
for
the
the
start.
last
He
15
started
laps.
8th, he's back to
As we see
12th
Miles Rowe
position.
continue his charge
Miles
up
Rowe
the
looking around
field,
trying to get into the
using
top
that high
10.
line to great
Trying to
effect down
redeem
in 3 and 4, working on
the how bad his start was. You can blame Jonathan Brown already off the pace. He's a lap down. He was 10th in points entering the day.
Another one, it does get past Bryce Aaron and moving to the top 10 from the back.
That's impressive from all the way down, shotgun on the field, and only 10 laps. 55-lap race. We know 10 of them will be under caution here, but he is absolutely the car on the move right now. Christian Bogle not able to continue that charge against Louis Foster up front.
And there will be no action on the contact.
Leaderboard is being stupid. Jonathan Brown is in 13th on the lead lap.
With Jack William Miller working
Jack William Miller working on Ewan Sundermorthy.
So just take a look. You can kind of get a sense of the physicality
no further
of this place with this new pavement.
On Jack William Miller. 3 laps to go before the comp caution.
A lot of grip. These cars are breaking track records. James Rowe's pole position smashed the track record.
Over 170 miles per hour.
Cars were under the previous
Miles Rowe running run down Kyle Collette.
Oh,
they both wrecked! Miles Rowe and Kyle Collette involved. Caution comes out.
No, that's Rowe and Kyle Collette.
Sorry.
Yeah, another green and black car, just like IndyCar.
Oh man, I could see that coming.
That's a championship contender. Collette was just trying to learn
calling
in this
Kyle
race.
Collette a championship contender is generous.
collected?
I think he did the collecting, actually.
Oh, did he? Okay.
I think
Rowe
he maybe
got
lost
into
the back
collect.
end
Well,
of the 18
the
first.
bad run
Rowe
for
been
Miles
working that
Rowe
high line so well
continues.
to make up those spots. We had just seen the graphic. It said Miles was, one of the big movers, +3, but that was +3 from where he qualified, not actually where he started. He was +8 in terms of actual on-track position.
Rowe, his last 4 races before
to
this,
worse.
19th at Road America, 6th in the first race at Laguna Seca, 17th the second race at Laguna Seca, 19th at Mid-Ohio, 2 of those being DNFs, and now another DNF. Gets into the right rear of Cloud Collette. Collette spins, goes at the racetrack, and collects the number 99.
This is 4 of the last 5 with no result. It was going so well to start the season for Miles Rowe.
So 3 DNFs in 5 races for Miles Rowe.
4th in a biggest mover, and he got hit at Road America. Had some mechanical issues in the second race at Laguna Seca, mechanical last week at Mid-Ohio, and he's going to finish at the back again today.
It's always tricky for the drivers coming up on that. Jack Miller there doing a great job getting a woad up mid-corner, not creating any issues for
Kyle
himself.
Collette will finish in last place,
dejected
18th.
Miles
Rowe
in
in
17th.
17th.
There. He was on such a charge, Kev.
Pair of teammates as well. Let's go down to DJ.
That's not going to...
I'm down
anyway,
here
we've
with
now hit
AJ
the
Smith
caution.
of HMD Racing. And AJ, obviously 2 of your cars just taken out. What happened from your eyes?
Well, we're watching the monitor just like everybody. We saw 2 different angles. It's really hard to tell. But it really looks like the 18 may have just gotten loose.
Well, obviously, Kaio now having come back on this in his first oval experience, crash notwithstanding, it looked like he was doing well. Does that bode well for the rest of the season for you and Kaio?
Oh, yeah, his confidence is going to go up. I mean, this probably won't help much, but he was doing a really good job here in practice and was making moves out there, so he'll be fine. He's been doing this a long time.
Well, and then on the other side of it, you've got another driver that's doing incredibly well in the form of Christian Bogle. Talk to me a little bit about him and the impressive pace that this car's putting on.
It is awesome to see Christian doing really well right now. He's pretty pumped up. I don't know if you guys have seen his new fire suit. It looks like a piece of corn. It's awesome. I'm hoping he has a really good day.
All right, well, AJ, we'll let you get back to it. And, guys, I can tell you, I've seen that fire suit from Christian Bogle. It is fantastic.
What a day it's been for Christian Bogle so far. Yes, he's been in this series for 4 years, but Christian is still just 23 years old. He really only did a couple of seasons of racing. He didn't start in go-karts. He started in cars. And the reason he moved up so quickly is he's 6'4". He was over 220 pounds at the time. He's really slimmed down. But the feeling he was giving up a lot of weight in USF 2000.
That or
so
money.
They were going to take their lumps for a little while
as his sponsor
at this level, and he has shown really nice progress this season. Finished 7th.
Anyway, the rest of the starting lineup, because I had to skip through the top 7. Starting 7th, the number 51, Able Construction car for Able Motorsports, 23 years old from Louisville, Kentucky, Jacob Able. One of 4 winners in the field. Able has 2 wins, while Collette, who just crashed out, has 1, having won the last race at Mid-Ohio. Starting 6th was in the number 39 Deploy Surveillance car for HMD Motorsports, 23 years old from Santa Clarita, California, Christian Brooks, who has replaced Nolan Siegel in that car after Siegel moved up to IndyCar. And he's 21st in points. Able is 2nd in points. Of course, Brooks having only run for 3 races now, so it makes sense he's only that far behind in points. Starting 5th, driving the number 17 unsponsored car for HMD Motorsports, 20 years old from Auckland, New Zealand, Callum Hedge, currently 4th in points. Starting in 4th, the guy now in 3rd, driving the number 7 Pelican Energy Consultants car for HMD Motorsports, 23 years old from Covington, Louisiana, Christian Bogle, who is 11th in points. Starting 3rd, driving the number 28 Vexed car for Andretti Global, 26 years old from Bath, England, Jamie Chadwick, 6th in points, and having won 1 race, that being at Road America this year. Starting 2nd, in the number 26 Novara Technologies car for Andretti Global, is from 20 years old from Oldham, England, is Louis Foster, the points leader, with 6 wins to his name, 4 this year, 2 last year. And on pole is the number 29 Topcon car for Andretti Global, 25 years old from Naas, England, James Rowe Jr. It is his first pole. I mentioned that the pole time was over 100, the pole speed was over 170 miles per hour. The way oval qualifying works for Indy NXT is that they run 2 laps and they take the average. James Rowe's average speed was 170.625 miles per hour. For that average lap speed, that equates to not average speed. That time-wise, his average lap was 18.8624 miles per hour. No, excuse me, 18.8624 seconds to run 8.894 miles. Of course, like I said, that's the IndyCar length. NASCAR uses 7/8 of a mile.
Races get a little bit longer, and they stop becoming just
I don't know how they come
at all
different.
times. And you have to know when to push and
anyway,
when to hold back. It's
we're running at least 3 more laps under caution.
When these drivers take a step up into the NTT IndyCar Series, and you know the driver in the
final
best seat right now
restart will be
is
single
James
file.
Rowe, not just because he's leading, but because when you're leading, you're in clean air, you've got more downforce on the car, you're usually sliding the tire a little bit less, so he's in the best position to take care of his Firestones. The drivers behind him, the further back in that line you get, the more dirty air there is, the harder it is to sort of keep control of the sliding and slipping. That is what creates the temperature spikes that can lead to the blistering that Michael Andretti was referring to.
Anyway, so let me update the running order.
We see the cleanup continues. We're getting closer and closer, but I just hope that it doesn't impact people using that second lane.
Sure. Well, this is just getting the day started. Right after Indy NXT is complete, we'll have IndyCar qualifying coming up for the doubleheader. The first lap is race 1, the second lap is race 2, and then the Music Fest begins. Starting off with Luke Combs this afternoon. The High V Homefront 250 is at 7 o'clock local, 8 o'clock Eastern on NBC, and the green is at 8:06 Eastern. And then Eric Church plays here at the track.
That is the
after
current
that,
top 10.
Tomorrow, we've got race 2 for the High V One-Step 250.
You haven't
noon
track like
Eastern
this, but
time,
IndyCar's
and
leaderboard
then
is terrible.
Kelsey Ballerini and Post Malone to cap off the weekend for High V IndyCar weekend in Iowa.
Who are you looking
All right,
for the most?
we're now on lap 25. I think we're going to have one more lap under caution. I think.
And I like Luke Combs. So I got today works out pretty well. I'm hoping to stay long enough to see Post Malone for a little bit, but travel might dictate that change. Let's listen and see what the 23 team of Jonathan Brown and HMD are talking about.
Any update on what's the story with the competition caution now? I would say this is probably going to use as their competition caution here. Haven't had any updates from anything otherwise, so they're right on schedule for their caution.
That must have been earlier.
Yeah, it's going to go more than the 10 laps because of that cleanup. So in some ways, that could be good. There may not be any more tire wear concerns, and this helps cool down the tires a little bit.
Yeah, so essentially what we're doing here is that first 15-lap run, obviously you build up the temperature, you build up the pressures, get the tires sort of to a
still trying to
steady
clean
state.
up the...
And then this period now, as the tire cools down, it sort of hardens a little bit, and it makes the propensity to blister a little bit less, which means that as we get back racing for the last 30 laps, whatever we end up with, it's going to be a bit less than that now.
Finally.
Got a little bit of a harder tire. It's not, again, as prone to the blistering. It should last the distance just fine. So that was something that Firestone's used in the past. It's a great way to kind of combat an issue that was unforeseen before we got here. And it's sort of ironic the way that the race played out, that we had a caution of at least the number of laps they needed at roughly the lap count that they were looking to start it anyway. So we sort of took care of it on our own.
Down to pit lane, DJ.
Down here with Rob Reed of Force Indy, and this is obviously not the way you wanted to be able to start this weekend. It's been a couple of rough weekends for Miles.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we felt like we had a really good opportunity for Miles to do well on the oval. He likes them, and in practice we were doing well. It just seems like Lady Luck just didn't have it for us. Getting hit on the start, and then, but he was running well. We were competing for ninth.
Come on, hurry up. Red flag or something.
So,
this is taking forever.
Yeah, not a happy day for us.
Well, as you said, at least you've got some good feelings
What's
to
the
groove on the ovals. Is there one in particular that Miles is looking forward to with the three we've got coming up?
Yeah, I think I've talked to him. I think he's excited about Milwaukee. We had an opportunity to test there, and he has said all along that he really likes.
Turn off and go back into the race. See if that speeds. If I can fast forward a bit.
With his Indiana Jones.
Wait, lap 33? Oh,
back in the
geez.
mid-2000s.
I was behind. Okay,
It's
red
always good
flag.
to cater to your audience, too. Know who you're playing to.
Thank God.
And as mentioned, this is what is still to come. There's a big break coming up. IndyCar will race at Toronto next weekend, along with the USF Pro Championships, but not Indy next. So they will be back on an oval. St. Louis, just outside St. Louis in Madison, Illinois. Worldwide Technology Raceway. Then the final road course at Portland International. And then the Milwaukee Mile. Cannot wait to get back there. And finishing up.
Well, I think it's red flags. I'm gonna go back and just watch.
Guys, I can tell you, I've seen that
the wreck. Also on. Know what lap he wrecked on.
This new pavement, Kev, it's a lot of grip. These cars are breaking track records. James Rowe's pole position smashed the track record. I think 17 of the 18 cars were under the previous best that had ever been run here in the next car. And we got a spin. Miles Rowe, Salvador.
Crashes on lap 13.
Oh, Salvador Diablo, is it?
No, that's Rowe and Kyle Collette.
Sorry.
Yeah, another green and
so,
car. Just like
lap 1 was under caution. We ran 11 laps green. Lap 13 is under caution. We've run 11 laps under green.
Indy next, and
okay, well, never mind. I guess I was wrong. I thought they were red flagging.
She's done a lot of oval racing.
But we've run. We're now on. We've now run.
Sprint cars. She's done some midget racing. She
34 laps
of races in 2013.
Or maybe they are, or I'm just. No, or they're just running under the cleanup crew. Come on,
very, very
red flag. Red flag.
Such a different type of machine from what he's used to, but you know the ebb and flow of
we've run 11 laps of green and 24 laps of caution.
Yeah, she's driven multiple different things, so she's used to jumping into different equipment on this type of racetrack, getting up to speed. This is probably as foreign a car as she's ever driven, but great experience. And I always love seeing drivers from other disciplines come over and race, and whether it's in the IndyCar series
or extend the race length. This is not. This ain't fun.
In the development series as well. It's always fun seeing that sort of cross-pollination from other series.
She is a college graduate and actually has multiple degrees and got her law degree from Wayne State University near Detroit. That's where she's from, Shelby Township, Michigan. Also has degrees from Grand Valley State and more. So a very impressive young lady, 28 years old, from Shelby Township, Michigan, and still doing some USAC racing and otherwise this season. So best of luck. Can't wait to see how it goes for Taylor Ferns, and I would say don't judge her by today. Let's give her a few more races and see how it goes. So cleanup is getting close to done, and this was a significant cleanup. Pretty heavy crash with 2 cars, and then just the fluid dropped down.
Yeah, it was just a bad timing, you know, for bad positioning. The way that the car hit opened up the gearbox, and I think let a lot of that fluid out.
26.
These drivers are going to have to be sensitive about that and cognizant of it when they get there for the first time, as we get the one to go to the line.
Let's check in with DJ real quick.
Yeah, hearing reports from the Able Motorsports camp here, Kevin, that there was a lot of understeer were being reported in the car.
Well,
so that
I guess
our
parent
with here, and James, I'm sure
one to
go.
go.
Is about the last thing you want to hear.
Yeah, I mean, look, any imbalance on an oval is a bad one, but everyone's got to deal with it as we're coming around now to get the green flag.
Oh, next time we are.
And 4 of the top 5 are Andretti cars. They will go
okay,
the next
so
time. The only non-Andretti car up
we're going to restart out. Okay,
Vogel,
so this will.
Third from HMD. How about Salvador De Alba Jr.? I was told.
So half the race is going to will have run under caution.
Mentioned he has a couple of wins in the USF Pro Championships on ovals. His last 2 oval races. So he's been looking forward to this. Callum Hedge, strong in his oval debut at 6th.
All right, here we go. A single file restart. It'll be 16 to go. All right, here we go. We're green at Iowa.
Will this be the
Salvador De Alba ducking low. Hedge looking behind him.
Attacked by Louis Foster this time. A little further back, De Alba.
Now it's crunch time now. And tires will probably be able to make it. De Alba looks to the bottom.
Just looking, well,
Chadwick, she throws the block. Hedge also going even lower. De Alba trying to work the high side now. Here he comes, running hard. It's side-by-side action now as Christian Brooks firing back for 5th, 6th.
As they look at 3 wide. spot.
Oh,
Who's
man.
going to hold it through, too, here, Kev?
That's Chadwick on the low side.
Holding
D'Alba
low.
on the high
Still
side.
side by side
They're
for fourth
effective
place.
teammates. D'Alba is with Andretti with Cape. He's still in the high on that more red car.
She's holding on. Oh, she's clear. Oh, D'Alba looked a little racy there.
Meanwhile, the start is
14 to...
there was contact again near the
By
back of
who?
the field. And Jacob Abel.
Wait, Jacob Abel, what happened? He's back to 16th.
He's on the pit lane. Oh, a huge blow in the championship.
Jacob Abel with
who was going to lose the lead lap at best.
Report was a tire going down for the 51. You see the team
of course
going to work now to get that new right rear. But I mean,
13 to go. So second and third place in the championship with big problems.
Meanwhile, Louis Foster's main championship rival holding on to second place there. We saw the points as they run. This opens that gap up a
Even Sundermore, he's now working the top 10.
Out as well. Foster, if he finishes where he's running, that's a very nice buffer heading into the last part of this season.
Oh, Chadwick's got to run on Bogle.
And you know what has happened to your two contenders.
She ducks to the inside. He's looking for a podium. Oh, man, near contact there. And here comes D'Alba. He ducks to the inside. Here we go. Third place. Bogle's going to hold on to it. Chadwick's going to hold on to fourth. But here comes Brooks trying to roar by the two. Now this is action as we come to 10 to go. Here comes Bogle. Or no, that's not Bogle. Or is that? I thought Bogle was getting around Foster. Wait, did Foster? I am so confused. Oh no, is that Jacob Abel?
Side by side.
Chadwick still holding on to fourth. But it's the 51. Now he's a lap down, and he's in the way. Brooks trying to battle by D'Alba for fifth place.
Green and black car. The orange and red car is D'Alba. Now Brooks is
oh man. Chadwick has gotten loose behind the 51, and is going to lose fourth place.
And guys, in the middle of this battle is the lap down car of Jacob Abel, who's come back out onto the racetrack several laps down. But right in the mix, he's 3 laps out of contention, but he's running right in front
down.
On track of Christian Brooks.
Doesn't that mean he has to get out of the way? I thought that was the rules for IndyCar, but yeah, if you're a lap down to the whole field, you need to yield.
Running in 5th, D'Alba in 6th, Hedge back there in 7th, Bryce Aaron in 8th,
8-7 to go. Brooks up to Brooks now settled in 4th, but you know D'Alba's going to try to focus on Chadwick to get 5th place.
Team for that cleanup because that did not hinder the racing at all. Drivers able to get up into that top lane immediately, no issues whatsoever. So credit where credit's due on the cleanup.
Up front, Foster mounting a challenge. We got 6 to go. Around the outside, Louis Foster takes the lead at Iowa. James Rowe, will he be denied his first win? He ducks low. But Foster's going to pull away again.
Fight back into 3, wasn't able to do it. Foster closes the door, takes that air off the front wing of the number 29, and now has a little bit of a buffer.
D'Alba Jr. passes Chadwick for 5th place. Taylor Ferns to pit road.
And trying to keep James Rowe from winning for the first time. He's finished second.
Christian Bogle. And Chadwick back to 7th place now. It's a big, oh man. These guys are going to wreck each other. It's like 3rd through 6th. 3rd through 6th are all by each other. It's D'Alba Jr. now to the podium position in 3rd. Woo, Hedge around the inside of Bogle and Brooks.
Hedge on the low side in the black car. Trying to get to 4th. He's gotten around Bogle, who slipped to 5th.
Callum Hedge to P4. Bogle drops on the inside. 3 to go.
Just over 2 laps to go in Iowa.
Bogle starting to drop back.
Brooks now on Bogle.
Christian Brooks to 5th place. Did he overexert his tires too early in the race? 2 to go. Caution. That's it.
Caution comes out. Field is frozen. They'll be coming to the white flag. This will be race over
for Jack William Miller.
Jack William Miller hard into the turn 3 wall.
And Louis Foster
I didn't want that to end.
On an oval and take a commanding lead in the championship.
Louis Foster will get his 5th win of the year.
In control. After taking the lead with 6 laps to go on James Rowe, he had gapped him by a couple of seconds. And now he is going to coast to the finish.
4 wins on the season. This will be number 5. That's an even if you stop there, that's a heck of an impressive run towards the championship. The Andretti Global driver.
Final lap being run under caution.
His most recent results have been first, second, and another win. Louis Foster has won at the Iowa Speedway and leads the championship now by 77 points.
77. Humongous lead.
It's a good thing he didn't.
All right, so Louis Foster wins. James Rowe takes second. Salvador Alba Jr. takes third, which I believe is his first podium. Callum Hedge fourth. Christian Brooks in fifth. See, William Miller just spun out of into three at the wall. Christian Bogle sixth. Jamie Chadwick seventh. Bryce Aaron 8th, Jonathan Brown in 9th, Evan Sunderworthy finishes in 10th place.
On that right rear tire, you almost can't blame the driver for that. That is significant blistering, and that creates all sorts of issues from inside the race car. A big imbalance, obviously. It's going to create vibrations. Just looking at the tires, though, on the top 2, I don't see that same sort of issue.
They look pretty good.
They look pretty good. It's hard to see when the tire's in motion, but once he locks the brakes, when he starts sliding, just take a look. It's on the left side of your screen, but it's his right rear tire. All of those holes, the chunks, man, I'm amazed he made it that far.
That right rear, that is busted.
Missing from that tire, that is robbing you of a tremendous amount of grip. Very unfortunate for Jack Miller. Just taking a quick look at the tires on the race-winning car, you don't see that same sort of issue. So, bit of an isolated incident, isn't it?
Look at Michael Andretti looking at them.
Yeah.
And how much are the IndyCar drivers watching this to see what they?
Their tires are better. Geez, those
They
are.
look worn, but they look fine. No issues on the right rear. I mean, you know, it's a good effort from the Andretti Global camp, both driver and engineers, to make sure they had a setup that was taking care of those Firestones. The drivers doing what they could from behind the wheel as well. Louis Foster's getting pretty used to this routine, Kev, of the hat dance, what to do, the procedures and the process of being in victory lane.
7 times in his.
All right, well, that race was over really quickly, as I expected it to. Next up, at the top of the hour, is the Xfinity race at Pocono. That'll be a it'll be a, hold on a minute. It'll be a 90-lap affair. Anyway, thank you all, everyone who came to watch today. I'll see you guys in just a bit for a little more. BowserJrXD signing off. Have a good one.